Morning all. I'm in a good mood. Just had a £100 sale on eBay, which is always nice of a Tuesday morning. It was the second sale of the day. Oh, they're rolling in. Well, to be honest, it has dropped off a little bit, as it does, because I haven't been working very hard. Well, I've been working hard, but not on eBay. Other things have been distracting me, as they do, and listing numbers are down. But on the plus side, I've managed to sell more than I listed, because I've only listed a few things. So we got the numbers coming up. Let me know who's in. Say hello. Fane Simon, good to see you. I'm watching the live ball. It's just gone from 3 to 2. I've got 50% of the viewers already. But there you go. So yes, been quite a hectic week, but not regarding eBay. And we'll get on and do the numbers. Hello Neil, good to see you. Hello Antoinette. Thank you everyone who sent them in. Always good to see, and always good to hear how your week's been, and kind of what you've been doing, what you've been listing. Yeah, great stuff. I sound very echoey. Well, let's have a look at the sound options then. It should be on the old Rode mic. Let's have a look. Thank you for that. What will I open up there? I've opened up the taskbar menu. Do that. Open the sound settings. Ooh, I'll tell you what. Why I sound echoey. I'm on the Rode mic, but it's not plugged in. Last week I forgot to plug in the USB. This week I forgot to plug in the microphone. So it was going through. Should now sound better. That should now sound better. Let me know. I will see it in the chat in about 5 seconds. It's Rode speakers, so that'll be Rode mic as well. Yeah, there we go. There's always got to be something not quite right. I mean, when we actually come to look at the numbers, we'll be seeing how many people I've missed off, how many people I've repeated twice, and how many people I've got wrong numbers for. So there we go. It's all good fun. All good fun indeed. So let's say a few hellos. Thank you for everyone for turning up, as you do every week. Little bit of news. Next week will be the last listing league for this sort of period. I need a bit of time to concentrate on other stuff. And I'm actually taking a step back from YouTube for a little bit. Probably start up again in the new year. So don't desert me. Don't leave me this way. Yes, there will be content. I just need a little bit of a time to sort a few things out. So anyway, Fane Simon, good to see you. Good to see you, Neil. Antoinette, I said hello to them already. Hi, Di. Hello. Hello, Babs. Hello, Robin. In a tin can. Yeah, I sound like I'm like a tin can. I'm like an empty vessel. Yes, I have. eBay had my back this week. Backing you up. It's just strange. It's not like them. Lovely. Sorted out. Richard, thank you for your numbers. And Fluffy Muffin, thank you for your comments. Always nice to see Fluffy Muffin comment, who always enjoys watching all the numbers. And hopefully you will find it is a little bit encouraging with your sales and provides you with a little bit of inspiration, invigoration. What else? Who knows? I did wonder. I wonder who's going to be the first one to jump in my grave at 11 o'clock on a Monday. If you do that, I'll be back with a vengeance going, what the bloody hell are you doing? Bloody cheek. I don't believe it. So, yeah, watch your backs. I'll tell you, watch your backs. Right. Numbers. Instagram. Where's the Instagram gone? I haven't even got Instagram. Instagram has disappeared. There it is. Someone sent a picture of an octopus. All right, messages. I always struggle with Instagram. That's a couple of people mentioning no names, AC Global Reselling and Di, sent numbers in a bit late. But seeing as I've only put them in this morning, they are in there. They are in there indeed. So, well, before I start, I'll talk about a couple of good sales I had. Always interesting to hear people's sales. I bought a bin bag of posters at the boot fair this season, and it cost £5, I think. I can't remember which one it was at. It was at one of the rugby clubs, I think. I sold last week a Jean-Claude Van Damme poster for £40 out of that. There were about a dozen posters. There were 2 Van Dammes, 1 Schwarzenegger, 2 of a car, and some like weird stuff you just chuck away. But Van Damme's the man is sold for £40 GSP, and this one has just sold for £20 GSP. Again, it's Van Damme the man, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Double Impact, I think it's called. I mean, classic 80s. Is it Double Impact? I can't remember. Double something or other. Double Van Damme. God knows what that movie's called. I don't think I've ever seen a Jean-Claude Van Damme. Double Impact. So great sales. You know, my kind of sale that is. £5 spent. Kind of thinking, oh God, I've got a bin bag full of posters from the 80s. £60 got back, and I've still got like probably about 10 posters left. You can't argue with that. The only downside is when I sold the first one, I was like, oh crap, I haven't got a tube. And so I thought, well, I've almost used all my big bubble wrap. I'll use a tube out of that. Tube out of that was not very strong. So I thought, well, okay, I will get my brown paper roll because the tube on that is very strong. And I transferred all the bubble wrap. What did I do? I took the tube out of the bubble wrap and I transferred all the brown paper to the bubble wrap roll. Now, I don't make it easy for myself. So I thought, okay, I've got a nice strong tube now. Sent that off 2 days ago. What happens yesterday? Another poster sells. I'm like, I haven't got a tube. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. I've asked Liz to hunt around for a tube because I normally give her my tubes because she works in a preschool. It's like they make choo-choo trains out of them or whatever. And I'm seriously regretting that now, especially those strong ones. When I used to sell a lot of the lightsabers, the Hasbro lightsabers, I used to make big old Toblerone cardboard things. So I maybe could do that, but it will be Toblerone shape. So who knows? Any suggestions in the chat? Everyone's keeping very quiet. They're probably just thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Who knows? Anyway, do speak. You're all being very quiet. Buy some tubes. Sound advice. Yeah, well, I think I will be. I'll be getting on eBay straight. I've got 3 days to send that. Can I get tubes in time? Who knows? Or will I have to hot tail it down to WH Smith's and pay about £10 for one tube? Or perhaps I'll just go through the bins somewhere in the poster shop. Who knows? Who knows? Who wants the numbers? Who wants to see the numbers? Anyone? I'm not doing it until people say yes. I'll fold them down to A4 with a nice sharp creases opposed to a letter. Well, I'll just scrunch them up in a ball and put them in a poly mail. That'd be all right. Although, yeah, folding them, you would probably be able to send it as letter size. I'm sure there won't be any complaints. Tubes from carpets are free and easy, but big. Oh, yeah. Good idea for golf clubs. They are about that. Yeah, they are big, aren't they? That's a good idea for golf clubs. Numbers. There's one of you's awake. There's a new online thing called eBay. Really? eBay? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Okay, numbers. One of you wants them. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Present. Share screen. Share screen. eBay listing league. Whoop. Shrinky dinky. Week 6. So yes, next week is the last week. eBay gum. I was hoping to do 8 at least, possibly 10. We've ended up with 7. The magnificent 7. It'll give you all a chance just to focus on the run up to Christmas. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got out of it everything you can. I mean, you're the only people who watch it, so you know, as long as you all enjoy it, that's all that counts. Right, here we go. It's the number listed. It's the number sold. We're going to find out how everyone's week's been. Mine's been horrendous. I won't go into details. I've listed 24. 24. 2 dozen. Less than 5 a day. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But on the plus side, this week I've sold more than I've listed for the first time, like ever, I think. So I've sold 31, which isn't too far off. You know, my normal kind of 35 to 40, wanting to get 50, but not getting there. So, yes, there we go. Ups and downs, and it's definitely been a down this week. Local reseller Luke has also had what he described as a pants week. A bit of a crap week, but crap week for him is a good week for me. So he's listed 45, he's sold 40. So he's obviously taken his foot off the gas a little bit. One thing I've noticed the last few days, my sales have been dropped down. Although today I'm on 130 something pounds. What am I on today? Jack Dobbins will be interested in what I've sold for £100 this very morning, because it is. I may well have spoken about it on the chat, or maybe I haven't. It is the Xbox One X 1 terabyte console only for £100. £100 with an 8% voucher, £7.50 postage. I've also sold a Panasonic Lumix camera, which is nice. I've got myself like a multiple charger. It can charge any camera battery. Bit of a game changer, that. Got that off Amazon. Although you do have to keep your eye on them. If you're charging a battery, do not leave it untended. You know, they have a tendency to catch fire and get very hot. And I say that from experience. I suddenly looked down on it. All the LCD had blacked out and it was absolutely burning up. For me, I'm beating Jack. Yes! Oh, for once in my life. Well, I'm sure it won't last, Jack. I'm sure that's me done for the day. Ali, good to see you. Bringing a smile to everyone. AC, a little bit late, a little bit on retard, but we got there in the end. It came through the other day. Oh, we'll have a comment on this. This week, he knew he was going to be busy. Load his daily target, which is a sensible thing to do. 3 a day. You know, I always say, if you're struggling to do anything, just do one. Just do the first one. Or just, you know, set the timer for an hour and do what you can. It's the focus, which is the thing, isn't it? It's the focus and efficiency. So listed 21, sold 16. So always lets us know the conversion rate in terms of what is listed and how many is sold. 75%, you can see there, which is around about the same. This week, hoping for a 5 a day this week. He's on 5 a day. Hoping to cut it down. No, hoping to build it up. So like I say, this week is the last week. So once you do up to Friday, you can count your numbers for yourself, but don't send them to me. Happy Tuesday. Good to see you, Kath. Last one is next week, just so you know. Die. What we got here then? Too late. Sorry, forgot all about it. Forgot all about it. Oh my god! Just in case. Well, just in case you've managed to get it in. I don't think we've had any mistakes yet. So hopefully that will continue. Listed 37, has sold 38. Very nice too. I like that. I like it when that number's bigger than the first number. A week for consoles, which is very true. Well, I've just sold a console this morning. I've sold some other consoles. I've got rid of quite a few broken consoles. I'm getting rid of PS1s, console only, not reading discs, and I think they're up for 15. I'm happy to clear them for 10 plus postage. I would have bought them for 5. So yes, always counting my numbers to keep myself accountable. Yes, exactly right. Always a good thing to do. I'd recommend it to anyone. Don't just do it when the listing league's on. Do it all the time. And sometimes you don't want to, but it does hold you accountable. It really does. So Di in terms is sold a good sale of a Nintendo Switch, £133. Very nice indeed. I got one Switch once, but I couldn't update it because obviously someone had been on the fiddle at the Nintendo shop or something. So it was locked. I think, yeah, it was. And once those are locked, you're stuffed. You can't reset them. You can't do anything. So you can just use it for like disc only and stuff. It's a real pain. He sold an £80 PS4 virtual reality set. I've got one of those, and I'm kind of like, do I keep it? Do I sell it? Do I sell it? Do I keep it? I think I will sell it, but we've got to sort that out. £50 for an Xbox 360. That's pretty good going. And £40 for a Wii. I'm assuming that is unboxed, which is a good price for an unboxed one. Not a very good price for a box one. So perhaps it's somewhere in the middle. Perhaps there was half a box. Who knows? Who knows? Hello, George. Did you get to whatever how many subs you were after? Let's have a look. George's treasure shed. There it comes up straight on my search. Here he is. 829. Probably still trying to get to 1,000. You'll get there. You want to who's a hot reseller at the moment? Does anyone know the hot resellers? You come to the coldest reseller in the world, but the hot ones, I have no idea. Probably some youngster I've never heard of. Anyway, on to the next lot of numbers. Carp. So this is Carl, who has listed 37. It's very strange. Him and Di must be in cahoots. They've listed the same number. And they practically sold the same number as well. Di just edging it with 3 more. Yeah. Georgia duck race winner. Oh, has he won Chris's duck race? I think my duck always used to drown. I should listen to, I should definitely need to tune into Chris. I always enjoy watching Chris. Yes, get Chris to give your channel a little mention. I'll ask him if you want. I'll send him a little message going, oh, yeah, he may not want to, but he may want to. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So listed 37, he sold 35. And he says he just needs to double both of those and I'll be happy. Indeed. Indeed. Can we join the league table? Anyone can join. All you have to do is send me, although next week is the last week, but do join for that, for the grand finale. How many you've listed, new listings, not relistings or sell similars? How many you've listed from last Friday to next Thursday? And how many you've sold? It's as easy as that. So anyone can join. Anyone can join. All right. So yeah, just need to double those numbers. Once again, I thought I'd listed more than that. Yes, your mind is playing tricks with you yet again. Tea Cakes, it's Dave in. Here he is. Tea Cakes. I always assumed Tea Cakes was a lady. It's not, it's Dave. It is Dave. Hi, Dave. Richard Payne. Him of the many, many listings. And someone, I always will think he's good at eBay. It's because when Nick has his sort of challenges, it's that vibe that Richard gives off, surrounded by the stuff. And then when he's asked for his listing numbers, it's normally like 648 or something like that with a very high value. So I always like getting Richard's numbers, but they seem relatively normal this week. So he's listed 60, which is fair enough. But he's sold 67. And this is the most important thing. He's happy with the listing done this week. He's happy. I like that word. He is happy with what he's done and what's going on. He's also managed to have a sort out of one of the TAT storage areas, which is good. That does sort of like clear your mind. But yeah, whenever you do that, you do find it hits you. You do anything else, it hits your listing numbers, definitely. Yes. Thank you, Richard. Great numbers. Pete Retro. Where's Pete Retro? Is he still in bed? Wake up, Pete. Right. As much as I love eBay and was excited for quarter four, got hit by the dreaded VAT email. Oh, well, you're obviously selling lots and lots and lots. Turning over lots. Yeah, not good. That I don't know what you'd have to be to trigger that. Probably around 70, 80k turnover for the 12 months. And a little alarm goes ting. So, yeah. Never want to get one of those. Never aim to get one of those. Short and sweet, Pete. He's listed 18. He's sold 20. And he has said nothing else apart from some emojis. One of which is that. I think there's like a sad emoji. So he's obviously wants to do a bit better than that. Robin. My listing league numbers for the 6th to the 12th of October are listed 34. So it's around about 5 a day. He's sold 8. I did look at these numbers and I thought of giving a comment on advice, but then I thought, well, rein your neck in, Cummins. Like, who are you to give advice? Slight improvement on my listing numbers again, which is good, but the sales numbers was down. So also this week I've been tweaking things, altering prices, listing titles, changing my dispatch time from 2 to 1 day on some listings and see if that helps improve things. I would say out of those 3, the price is going to be the one that is going to move it. The others probably have very little effect. I mean, titles possibly, but you've got to hit the right price. If I'd listed 34, your best chance of selling is is near to the time where you've listed. So it's worth bearing that in mind. The longer it's on, the more difficult it is to shift. So possibly be more competitive on the pricing. But then again, like I say, who am I to say? My listed numbers are always probably about double what my sold number is. So I haven't got it either. Good. A random good. I'd get onto getting the VAT number straight away. As there's a delay in getting the number, don't want the whole palaver that the Closet Geek had. That is very true. And Jack will know about that because he's big on the LVAT. He's big on the LVAT. Which you'll see in a minute with the numbers that he's listed and sold. Quite literally going through the sales and the listings. All right, I've just got a few more now. Ali Mack, who had the lurgy last week. Yes, had flu. Ooh, not good. So has done a bit more than last week, which is good. Listed 12 last week. It's understandable. And this week has listed 40. So, a lot more. A bit more of a normal week. And it's been a poor week for sales. A couple of people have said this, poor week for sales. Maybe, I don't know why. I mean, yeah, it's a bad time of the month, I say. We're not into payday yet. So, yeah. Good idea to get the VAT reg before hitting the number. Yeah, with that, I mean, I think it's normally people will go over it, are aiming to go over it, so they should know it's going to happen. I don't think it happens by someone just working away and going, oh, what, that, and not being aware of it. So as Jack and Dave say, you know, get the wheels in motion as soon as, really. But like I say, I mean, if I saw my turnover go up to, you know, around 60, I'll take a month off, I think. Ali's sold 28. So yeah, sales down, but I'm sure they go back up in the next couple of weeks and in the run up to Christmas. Faye and Simon, have I got any wrong yet? Have I repeated anyone? Have I got any, you know, missed anyone off? I think I'm doing all right. Listed 68. That's got to be a mistake, isn't it? Oh my God, they've actually pulled their finger out. Very well done. Almost 10 a day. Could have snuck that couple more in. Yeah, that's what I should be, really, at least that. But like I say, I'll make my excuses and leave. Sold 26. 26 sales. 18 of those sales were breakables. You know, and it is. They've sent me that emoji. It's like, oh my God. No doubt they wrapped all of them up and chucked them out of the first floor window just for, you know, just for kicks. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, it's all VAT. It's all got a bit heavy. You get penalty points now for late VAT. I'm kind of reading that as VAR. VAT returns. I'm on 2 points this year. My accountant is a tosser. If you get 4, it's £200 fine. Yeah, I had a late payment by 2 weeks of, what was it? I think it was income tax. I'll have to check whether it's all right. I very rarely go into my Inland Revenue account and account online. I should maybe go in every month, but I tend to do it like when I do my return or when I have to pay. So yeah, yes, it should be a bit more of a regular thing. We were doing okay until we hit a wall. I think it's down to the payment hold because an Italian didn't get his item in 3 days. He's trying to bank charge back. Oh, the sneaky little devil. Do you get emails about bank charge back? I don't think I've had one. I don't touch wood. I'm not going to get one. Or would you only know from looking at your bank? I'm kind of imagining you would get either an email or an eBay message. But I remember watching Lonnie in Garage Flips. He got about a year or two ago. He had a chargeback. And I don't think it went through eBay. So let me know about the comms you get for chargebacks. That's quite an interesting one. Dan, looks like he's sorted. Good stuff. Everyone's concerned for you, Dan, in your new VAT world. Okay. Last one. No, 2 more. Well, I left Ian off a couple of weeks ago. Don't want to leave him off again. Shaba. More on VAT. This is the VAT stream. VAT returns are such a killer, but I've got into the habit of throwing £300 a week into premium bonds to pay just that. Then anything else over, I keep as extra for self-assessment. He's throwing £300 a week into premium bonds to pay just that. I don't quite understand the logic behind that, because are you saying you're relying on premium bond wins to cover your VAT? Because if you chuck £300 into premium bonds, you may well not get a win, and then are you then selling the premium bonds? Jack, I'm confused, but I'm sure you can appreciate that. Oh, here he is. Dragged him out of bed. We've already done your numbers, Pete. Do give us a bit more info on your week and how it's been, what you've sold and what you've been up to. Let us know. All right for some in the line, isn't it? All right for some. He's probably been very busy, actually. He's probably going to say, I'm just back from the post office. I've had to take a 20-kilogram parcel down there. But we will see. Right. I got an eBay. Here we go. This is regarding the cashback flashback. I got an eBay message. Brian at eBay Ireland was so frustrated when I rang because he couldn't do anything about it. We have to wait up to 90 days for the bank to decide whether they will pursue it or not. Yeah, absolute pain in the bum, I would imagine. I can't give any advice on it. I'm trying to think of someone who has had a cashback chargeback, or whatever it's called. If anyone knows anyone who's had that, or if anyone's had that, do let Kath know. And I'm sure, Kath, you've been in plenty of reseller chats and have mentioned it. So I'm sure the help is out there. Selling the premium bonds every time the VAT is due. It's not like normal taxes. You've got to pay it every 3 months that the bill's normally like 2 or 3K. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Although it doesn't earn any interest in premium bonds, but then there's a chance of a win. You know, an option could be putting it in a high interest account, but you don't want it locked up. But Jack, I'm sure you know what you're doing, so it's quite interesting how you manage it. Quite interesting how you go about that sort of thing. You've obviously got it. You've got it sorted for you, so that's good. Comes through as an eBay message. Oh, and it will be in request and disputes rather than the orders tab in the seller hub. Oh, so it will be there. Yeah, I do look at that. Well, that's good to know that he's highlighted on eBay. The buyer simply told his bank that it hadn't arrived. Yeah, that's quite surprising that the bank then even considered it, because it should be, I don't recognise this payment, is what I always thought that was for. Anyway, calming words from Richard. You should be okay, Kath, as long as you have tracking to the juice piece. That's absolutely right. As long, I always think, as long as it gets to, was it Gloucestershire or somewhere? As long as it gets to WS12 8 AU or wherever it is, that's it. I'm done and dusted. Pete's update. I sold some stuff, but this morning Slow was editing a video. It's like a poem for release later today, I hope. And actually, listening things today. I've started leaving phone in other room, lacking distractions. Park life. Thank you very much. That's great to hear. Pete's update. What he's doing this morning. All right. Eventually, Rich. It depends on how long the bank takes to investigate. Here's Chris. Chris, I wouldn't normally ask, but can you give, next time you're doing a stream, where is he? George's, what's his name? George's Treasure Shed. Oh, he's so close to 1K subs. Well, he's 175, close. Could you give me a little shout out? Because I know you're very influential in the world of the reseller. Could you give me a little shout out? I mean, I wouldn't normally ask, but I have. It would be great if you could split your premium bond account into pots. I would love to add my tax money into bonds, but I don't want to mix it up with my personal premium bonds. Oh, a lot of people do stuff with premium bonds there. All very interesting. Chris had a chargeback a few months ago. eBay actually let me keep the money, and they paid. Yeah, sometimes they do that. I think that's all down to how often it happens. I mean, if you're getting like 3 of those a week, they probably wouldn't be that keen on doing it. But if you've been on eBay for 20 years and it's never happened, you've probably got more of a chance. Right, last one. You're not going to see it because I'm kind of in the way. Let's get rid of that. There we go. I've gone down on... There was a delay there in my clickage, and then it all came in at once. The tsunami that is Jack Dobbins comes in with 225, who's sold 266, which is absolutely amazing. But, to be honest, it's pathetic compared to last week, Jack. You did 400 last week. I mean, what's happened? You just, I think you've just let it go. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, George did win the duck race. Yes, he did get a decent shot. Yes, he said that literally 10 minutes ago, and I already forgot it. So there you go. George, I'm sure you will get to 1K. It'll be fantastic when you do. Hope you do. So there you go. Jackie's still on it. What's he had to say? What's he had to say this week? He's less than the last few weeks. His dad's on holiday for 2 weeks. So there you go. Consoles and controllers aren't getting prepped, and they do take time to get prepped. I also saw on Instagram that he'd sourced his PS2 fat, and I think there was I think there might have been an Xbox there as well. And I kind of looked at it and thought, you know, that's I know Jack does consoles, but I just thought, he's picked that up. But I guess if it's a good price, you would do. So yeah. Burnt through all the media. So he's done a lot of the media in that 400 week, and he needs to source more. Feed me now. He still needs the stuff coming in, as do we all. So there we go. No one listens to what I say. Well, very, very, very few people listen to what I say. But yes, you are. I'd say you're very well respected in the eBay world. So there we go. It's the last one next week. Like I say, I'm taking a little step back from YouTube for a little bit. Probably be back in the new year, I would have thought. Like I say, if anybody does take my slot on a Monday morning, I'll be on it like a bonnet. Definitely. Hope you all enjoyed that. Last week, next week. So keep your numbers up to Thursday. Send them in on Friday, and we do the last one on next week on Tuesday. Let's see if anyone can beat Jack. I'll tell you what. If we add all our numbers together, we might get more than him. Who knows? One week we might do it. Who's winning the league? Well, it's not a competition. Not a competition. That's what I always say. It's not a competition. Jack Dobbins is winning the league, obviously. Take care, all. I'm off to get a cup of tea. Have a great Tuesday, and have a great week. I'll see you later.